was just on the path here, and a father and two kids came by. Little tiny kids, you know, just barely walking type thing. And when they walked by me, they didn't have masks, but they put their hands over their mouth and ran past me. And I thought to myself, that will be embedded in them for the rest of their lives, to kind of want to run past anybody that's coming the other way to avoid getting sick. But that's not what I really wanted to talk about. This is going to be a kind of like a venting video. You know, I've told you guys a lot that I'm a veteran, and you know, I've had PTSD since I got out, but last year and a half, it's been just awful. And unfortunately, the VA has so little help for this. They just don't have the money, and you need very expensive doctors to deal with this. And it takes years to get over it. And in many cases, veterans never get over it. And people don't understand what PTSD is. There's several types. And I have the worst type. But I wanted to read you this. Biden is requesting $715 billion for the Pentagon for 2021. In 2020, it was $721.5 billion. The VA is requesting this year to get $243.3 billion. They could get twice that and not have enough doctors to deal with the problems. And let me tell you, PTSD is hell. It is absolutely hell. Many days you don't know if you can even make it. Like yesterday was just awful for me. And there's just no help out there for us. Honestly, the help that's out there just tells you that there's help out there and don't give up. Well, that's cool and everything, but you need to go past that. And the VA is requesting $243.3 billion. I hope Biden will double that or triple that, or even go $1 trillion, because that's what it needs. If you're going to go to all these wars, if you're a country that's going to require their people to go to war and deal with all this dysfunctionality, then you're going to have to pay to fix the people when they get back. Because when they get back, it's hell. And nobody seems to understand that. I sure hope Biden somehow gets the message to give the vets the help they need. They're not asking for a lot. We're just asking for some help. And it's owed to every veteran that's still alive. You know, it's requiring to go through lots of therapy to get through it. And because there's not enough money, there's very few therapists that are on the cases. And the ones that are mostly just training and tell you, don't give up, there's hope. Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad there's hope, but boy, I don't see it. You know, it takes like weeks or even months to get a visit. And you need like 3 or 4 visits a week sometimes, and it just isn't there. And they're wondering why the suicide rate is so high with veterans, because they're not looked after here in the US. They're considered throwaway, and they're thrown away in the streets. Homelessness, because they can't cope with the hell that's inside their head. And let me tell you, if you've ever had anxiety that you can't shut off for days, months, or weeks at a time, you know the hell that someone's suffering. So Biden, we're hoping that you will allocate a real amount of help for veterans of the U.S. wars. There's so many wars, so many veterans that need help. You've got no choice. You're going to play the war game, you got to pay the price. And the price is trillions of dollars. And why are we wasting more money on more combat and more military spending? Why don't we put that money towards world peace? Can't we just ask for world peace and end all the hell on the planet and start fixing the planet and all the problems? Oh God, that would take too much, and you'd have to be pretty smart to understand that. It's a lot easier just to accept the payments from the military-industrial complex in your bank account and forget it all and continue on with endless fighting and wars throughout the Middle East. I'm sure that after they burned out the Middle East, Russia, Venezuela, Iran, all those places could continue with the wars forever. And the overflow of PTSD veterans suffering horribly day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute. Sometimes it is minute by minute. That's the video for today. It's a plea to Biden to please do something about the military budget and the hopelessness of all the veterans spending most of their time in the streets or walking around trying to defeat the continuous anxiety that's inside their head. So, any comments from any previous veterans or PTSD people? Go for it. You can unload here. I understand. I definitely do appreciate all the last comments. And if you're wanting to put a comment on, but you're not sure it's going to show up, just write the word test in the comments, post it and see if it works. If you can read it, then it's working. And then you can post a regular one. And don't worry about a bunch of tests on my video. I don't care what's on there. You can do tests as much as you need to make sure that your comments are working. Who wants to put all that time and effort into writing a comment not to have it work? Alright guys, on a day that feels a little bit better than yesterday, we'll see you on the next video. Until next time.